Very good morning, my beloved students. Welcome back to the session of New Literary Reader English, New Learning to Communicate of Grade 4th. So, hope you are doing good at your home. In the previous class, we have discussed the second chapter, first part of The Elephant's Child. It was very interesting story, right? So we are having one more part of the same story. See, at last of the elephant's child in the first part, elephant went to the riverside for what? For asking, for inquiring to know about the food habit, the dinner. What will crocodile have for dinner? This is what the last question. He asked it to the crocodile. Am I right? So here we are starting the third chapter, second part of The Elephant's Child. So you may know about, you may be thinking about this. What will be the climax of this story? What will be the climax of this story, and this? What will happen to our elephant's child also? So let's go for the session. Before that, you may know who is the author, who is the writer of this story. Rudyard Kipling, we have discussed about him also. He is a famous journalist, and very much he is a person who born in India also. You may know what we have discussed in the previous class. So let's see the animation video, small animation video of the same story, the second part of The Elephant's Child. After that, we can go for explanation and activities also. So don't forget to keep your book always in front of you when you are attending the class. Okay, so let's see the animation video. After that, we can go for explanation.
Till he trod on the crocodile.
Oh! Ouch! Oh! Excuse me, but have you seen a crocodile in these parts?
Come here, little one. Why do you ask such a question?
Excuse me, but my father, my mother, my aunt the ostrich, and my uncle the hippopotamus did not answer me. Not to mention the bicolored python rock snake, who's no more gentleman than the others. So, if it doesn't bother you, please answer me.
Come, little one. I am the crocodile.
And the crocodile wept crocodile tears to show it was quite true.
Ah, you're the one I've been looking for. Will you please tell me what you have for dinner?
Come here, little one, come. And I'll whisper into your ear. I think today I'll begin with Elephant's Child.
Let go, you're hurting me.
My young friend, pull immediately and instantly as hard as you can, or your leather handbag-like friend
He meant the crocodile.
will jerk you into yonder limpid stream before you can say Jack Robinson.
This is the way bicolored python rock snakes always talk. The elephant's child pulled and pulled. The crocodile pulled and pulled. And the elephant's nose began to stretch and stretch till it was 5 feet long. Look, it's just under your nose.
Ah, this is too much for me.
Rash and inexperienced traveler, we will increase the tension. Because if we do not, that self-propelling man-of-war with the armor-plated upper deck...
Of course he meant the crocodile.
will permanently vitiate your future career.
At last, the bicolored python rock snake and the elephant's child won the battle by a nose.
Thank you.
You are welcome. What are you doing that for?
Excuse me, but my nose is badly out of shape, and I'm waiting for it to shrink.
Then you'll have to wait a long time.
The elephant's child sat there for 3 days, but his nose never shrunk. It had turned into a truly trunk.
You couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose. And you couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose. Don't you think the sun is very hot here?
It is.
You couldn't have done that either.
I couldn't.
And now, how do you feel about being spanked again?
Excuse me, but I should not like that at all.
And could you defend yourself?
Well...
You'll find that that new nose of yours is very useful for that, too.
Oh, thank you. I'll remember that. How do you do?
Come here and be spanked for your insatiable curiosity.
Oh, I don't think you people know anything about spanking, but I do, and I'll show you.
Ouch! Oh, ouch! Whoa! Bananas! Where did you learn that trick?
And what have you done to your nose?
I got a new one from the crocodile on the banks of the great green, greasy Limpopo River.
Looks very ugly.
It does, but it's very useful.
Then that wild elephant's child spanked all his dear family till they all felt a little ashamed and a little upset. Then they went off one by one to the banks of the Limpopo River to borrow new noses from the crocodile. When they came back, nobody spanked anybody anymore. And ever since that day, all the elephants you ever see, besides all those you won't, have trunks precisely like the trunk of the insatiable elephant's child.
Now you open your page number 17. Lesson 3rd, The Elephant's Child, Part 2. Just listen to the page number 17. There is something different about the elephant's child when he returns to his family. When he returns to his family after that meeting with the crocodile, when he returned to his family, there was some changes. There is something different about the elephant's child. So we can go through the paragraphs. The elephant's child put his head close to the crocodile's big red mouth. Crocodile's big red mouth. See, elephant's child put his head close to the crocodile's big red mouth with its long, sharp teeth. The crocodile caught him. Crocodile caught him by his small black nose. Where crocodile caught our little elephant, our elephant's child. Our elephant's child has a small nose is there. So black small nose. Crocodile caught on that black small nose. Okay. Then what happened? I think, crocodile is saying, said the crocodile, today I will have an elephant's child for dinner. See, crocodile is saying, so crocodile might be very happy that he could caught elephant's child. One word means on that small black nose. Then what is saying? I think today I will have an elephant's child for dinner. His words were not clear because of what? He was holding the nose of elephant's child between his teeth. He was holding where elephant's nose between his teeth. So his sound, what sound actually? What sound? Yeah, crocodile told to elephant, I think, said crocodile, today I will have an elephant's child for dinner. This is what crocodile told. These words of crocodile was not that much audible, that much clear. Why? Because of he was holding elephant's nose by using his teeth. Okay. But they were clear enough for the elephant's child to understand. It was okay for elephant's child to understand what he is saying. Yeah. Stop it, he cried. You are hurting me. You are hurting me. Elephant's child is saying, stop it. And he cried. He started crying. You are hurting me. The snake heard the cries of the elephant's child. Snake were sitting on rag, means rock, that he was taking sun bath. You may know in the previous chapter we have discussed. And sun was nearby that bank of that river. And he heard the cries of elephant's child. My young friend, he called out to him. You must pull. Snake is saying to elephant's child, you must pull as hard as you can. As hard as you can. You have to keep in mind this usage, this full sentence. You must pull. How? As hard as you can. Okay. Maximum, with maximum power you pull. You pull. Snake is saying to whom? Elephant's child. Then, if you do not, you will be the crocodile's dinner today. If you do not do that, if you do not pull out with maximum power, you may be the food for crocodile today for dinner. The elephant's child pulled as hard as he could. With maximum power. Elephant's child pulled his nose from crocodile's mouth. And the next page number 18th. Listen. But the crocodile held on tightly. Crocodile, what happened? Crocodile held him, held on. It's a past tense, okay? Holded him means held on tightly, very tightly. Crocodile was not ready to leave his nose. He just held on very tightly. Then with every pull, see, they were both of them. Elephant was pulling out to escape from crocodile. The nose, what happened with every pull? The nose of the elephant's child stretched. What is stretched meaning? Given. This is a new word. Keep in mind. Stretched. Became longer. You may know stretchable pen. You are using stretchable pen, stretchable clothes and all. Many things are there. Stretchable, elastic is stretchable. So, became longer. Okay. Elephant's child stretched what? He grew tired and began to sleep. What happened? He became very tired and started to sleep because of tired. He was sliding nearer to crocodile. He was moving to crocodile's side. When the snake saw this immediately, and he fastened. He joined to help whom? Our elephant's child. He fastened means it's a new word, fasten. It's given the meaning joined and tied. Okay. He also joined with the elephant's child for helping him. Fastened himself round the elephants. See, himself he rounded the elephants. You may know the snakes what he will do normally. And he rounded the elephant's child and pulled hard. He also joined and they both pulled hard. Together they were too strong for the crocodile. When a snake also joined with the elephant, they were very strong. According to when we are comparing with the crocodile, who lost his grip and fell back into the great grey green Limpopo River with a loud plop. When we are, suppose if you are falling down, if you are jumping into a river or pond and all, there will be a sound like plum, like this. You may know that. So like a loud plop. What happened? This crocodile lost his grip and fell down, means fell back into the great grey Limpopo River. Next paragraph. The elephant's child was free. He remembered his manners. See what manners? And thanked the snake. What happened? He was struggling to, when he was pulling out his nose from crocodile, he couldn't do that. When our snake also joined only, he could escape, he could leave, he could free from whom? From crocodile. Then he didn't forget about the manners. What manners? When anyone they are helping us, definitely we have to be thankful. We have to say thanks. Say like this. Our elephant's child thanked the snake, but his poor nose hurt a lot. His poor nose, he was suffered a lot of pain and all when the crocodile caught him with that small nose and pulled out. When they pulled out, he felt pain on that small nose. Then it had become very long and thin. See, because of this pulling each other, the elephant's nose became very long and thin. It maybe it was fat before, so now it became thin, and it felt hot and uncomfortable. So elephant's child felt what? Hot and uncomfortable. He was not that much okay with that nose, long and thin nose. He covered it with cool banana leaves. With the cool banana leaves, he just covered his nose, long nose, and dipped it. Dipped means when you are having a spoon and all, you maybe dip that spoon to shake this sugar and all, for mixing the sugar and all in the tea. So dip means, just keep in mind that this is also new word for you. So dipped what? The long nose. Why? Covering cool banana leaves, he dipped it in the river to make it short again. He was trying to make it short again. It became very long. The next, for 3 days the elephant's child sat near the river, wondering how he could go back home with this long nose. See, our elephant's child was wondering and he was tensed a lot, and he sat close to the river only, near that river only, wondering how he could go back home with his long nose. On the 3rd day, a fly tickled him on the knee. Without thinking, the elephant's child lifted up his long trunk. So now here changed the word which we are using, nose. It became trunk. So long trunk, and hit the fly with the end of it. With the end of that trunk, our elephant's child hit that fly off it. Then next, page number 19. There, said the snake, that's a clever trick. You couldn't do that with your old nose. Suppose now your nose became very long and thin. Suppose if your old if it is your old nose, you cannot do that. You cannot hit that fly and all. Now it's a clever trick. Our snake was watching this all, and snake told like this. The elephant's child picked up some grass with his trunk. He just tried to pick some grass, and he could pick up some grass with his trunk. He knocked the dust off against his leg and pushed the grass into his mouth. He has taken some grass and pushed it into his mouth. Pushed the grass into his mouth. He just started eating with the trunk. The grass taken and started eating by using his trunk. Well, said the snake, said the snake. That's another trick. Definitely that is another trick. You can do something better than before now. By now, the elephant's child was excited. Excited. He picked up some cool mud. And put it on his hot little head. See, his head was very hot and he has taken some mud. What type of mud? Cool mud. And he just kept on his hot little head. Then he looked at the snake with a tingle in his eye. With a tingle. Tingle means like a spark or like a light. By keeping some lights. Something is there. Yeah, with a big eye. Is in his eyes. He just looked at the snake. You are right. He said. Who said? Our elephant child. I like this new nose. Elephant child saying to the snake. Yeah, you are right actually. I can do something better than before. He said. I like this new nose. Yeah, I like this new nose. Now, said the snake. I can think of another clever trick. Your family. Snake is suggesting something to do. I can think of another clever trick. What is that? Your family spanked you, didn't they? Your family spanked you when you were asking many questions to them before. That's why you left from your home and you just approached, you reached near to that river, bank of river, and for asking this question to the crocodile directly. Yes, they have spanked. Yes, said the elephant's child. Everybody spanked me. You will be able to spank everybody with your new nose, said the snake. Who told? Said the snake. Our snake was giving some instruction to whom? Our elephant's child. What is that instruction? You will be able to spank everybody with your new nose, said the snake. So the elephant's child walked home by waving his beautiful new trunk. Waving means just shaking his beautiful new trunk. When he wanted a fruit, when he was walking, he thought that I want to eat some fruit. So when he wanted a fruit, he plucked it off a tree with his trunk. By using his trunk, he could pluck the fruit from the tree. Yeah, that also another trick. When a fly tickled him, again when he was walking, a fly tickled him. And what he has done, he broke off a branch of tree and knocked the fly off by using this long tongue. When the sun got too hot, he made a new cool mud hat. See what happened? He has taken some cool mud and kept on his head. Small head, he kept on his small head as like a hat. He picked up the skins of the fruits he had eaten. When he was eating, he could pick it up. He could remove the skins of fruits also by using his new long trunk, because he was a chidey little elephant. Chidey. What is the meaning of chidey? Chidey means those who are having very conscious, very concerned about to be clean and neat. Chidey. It's a new word for you, so you have to keep in mind that chidey. Next page, 20. One evening, he reached back to his family. All of the family members, they were saying, bad child? They said, bad child? Where have you been these many days? Where have you been? Where you went? How many days over now you went from our house, your house? Where have you been? We will spank you. You know what is the meaning of spank? Yeah, hitting. So, hitting with whatever, using with the hand or leg or whatever. Already in the previous chapter we have learned that. So, keep in mind, spank. Ha! Elephant's child told. Ha! Said the elephant's child. I can spank harder than you can. See? I can spank you harder than you can. Like that. He hit the ground hard with his wonderful new trunk. And for showing that example, he hit the ground hard with his wonderful new trunk. Oh, they cried. Family members, they cried. What happened to your nose? I got it from the crocodile in the great grey green Limpopo river, he told. I got this trunk, new trunk, this long trunk, beautiful trunk from where? From the crocodile in the great grey green Limpopo river. I asked him what he had for dinner and he gave me this new nose. When I asked him what you will have for dinner, then he has given this nose, new nose. It looks very ugly, said the monkey. Monkey told him, yeah, it looks very ugly. Maybe it does. Elephant's child replied him. Maybe looks like ugly, said the elephant's child. But it is very useful. Look, and the naughty little elephant picked up the monkey by one leg and threw him up into the tree. He has taken by using his new trunk and monkey by one leg and threw him up into the tree. He threw the monkey into the tree. See, as an example he is showing, but he did not hurt the colo bird. But he was not ready to hurt the colo bird. After that day, all the elephants went down to the great grey green Limpopo river to get new noses. All of them they were very much excited and they wished to get that new kind of nose like our elephant's child, and they went to the great green Limpopo river to get new noses. And that is why all elephants have trunks nowadays. After that incident, all the elephants got these long trunks. Okay, fine. Now 21 page number, we can discuss the activity. Let's think. There are 3 questions, very easy questions. You will get the answer from the chapter. If you go through this full chapter 3 or 4 times, definitely you will get the answer. The question number 1: did the elephant's child realize that the crocodile was going to eat him? Did the elephant's child realize that what realized? The crocodile was going to eat him? Second question: did the elephant's child spank all his family members too? See, did elephant's child spank all his family members too? Why did he not hurt the colo bird? Why he is not ready to hurt colo bird? Third question: do you think the elephant's child was a bad child? Do you think the elephant's child was a bad child? Why? If you say yes, why? If you say no, why? Fun with words. In the story you may have read many new words, right? Look at the words given below and use the right words to fill in the blanks. Learn the new words in the sentences. Okay. Then in the box there are 5 words given: hitch, pulled, tidy, sliding, twinkle. Then we can read the first question. The elephant's child dashed as hard as he could. Tugged. Then instead of tugged, which word we can use here? You have to find out. Okay, it's very easy. The second one: the elephant's child was slipping closer to the crocodile. There is another word. There is a word in the box. You have to find out that word. The elephant's child was, I will say you only this answer. Elephant's child was sliding closer to the crocodile. The first also I will say you now. The elephant's child pulled, that is tugged. Okay, same meaning. Pulled as hard as he could. Okay, the third question you have to find. The elephant's child lifted up his trunk and smacked. This is another word, okay, smacked. Smacked means what? You have to find from the dictionary. Then you just check all the words from the box also, which is the same meaning of like smacked, and use here. Trunk and dash the fly. The elephant's child was happy and he looked at the snake. With a dash in his eyes. Sparkle. It's a new word. Okay, we have given another word in the chapter. Which word it is? sparkle, okay, in his eye. The elephant's child was a dash little elephant. There is a word given in the back in the chapter. Which word it is? Instead of that word we can use neat, okay. So fine. So I hope that you have understood. Let's wind up today's class, and you have to do all the activities. You have to write all the new words in your notebook, okay. Have a nice day. Thank you once again.